Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, I'm going to show you Masquerade Aurora at skill level 4, 5, and 6. Yes, I did run into some recording issues for skill level 5, so the intro is going to be missing for skill level 5, but don't worry, the gameplay is going to be there, so just hang in there for me. If you are looking for Masquerade Aurora at the lower skill level, I do have another video that covers that. So check that out in the description below or in the top right hand corner here, or you could just wait until the end of this video if you want to check out the lower skill level. But for this video, I do want to focus on skill level 4, 5, and 6, and to call out the differences here between the three. For skill level 4, it's going to change 3 magic bubble, and then for skill level 5, it's going to change anywhere between 3 to 4, and then for skill level 6, it's going to change 4 exactly. Okay, so let's get into the gameplay. So just like any other Tsum for Masquerade Aurora, you definitely want to try to activate her ability as soon as possible. And her ability also has Start Fever too, so if you have any of those missions that require a Start Fever Tsum, this is perfect for that. She will get you a lot of fevers per game. So some things to call out about her ability is that she does have 3 different magic bubbles. So you have the green one, the blue one, and also the red one. The red one is going to be the most special because it does make the X shape. The blue one does make a vertical blast, and the green one makes a horizontal. So now I've played this Tsum between skill level 1 through skill level 6 now at this point, and some things that I've noticed is that you don't necessarily need to pop all the bubbles at once. And actually it's better if you don't pop them back to back, because when you pop them back to back, there's definitely going to be some gaps in the gameplay. So what you essentially want to do is that you want to give it a couple of seconds before you burst the bubble, because it'll allow the Tsums to settle into the screen, and then you could burst it. That way, if you do that, you'll be able to get a lot more chains and a lot more coins that way. So let me talk you through how I do it now. So what you should do is, let's for example, you have the red bubble there. So you want to pop the red bubble first and then give it a second for all the Tsums to settle down. Then pop the next one, whether that's a green one or a blue one, that's really up to you. But I would recommend popping Tsums, or not popping Tsums, popping these magic bubble in the order of popping the red one in the middle. And then any other Tsums that you see in the middle, you should pop those right after you pop the red one if it's in the middle. There are certain scenarios where you don't want to pop the red bubble first, and I'll show you that in the side-by-side comparison in a little bit here. If you guys find these videos helpful, please consider subscribing to this channel, or if you want to just see more Tsum Tsum content, definitely don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification if you want to see the latest video right after they get posted. Now let me show you a side-by-side comparison of her ability activated at the same time. I'm going to slow all of these down so that way you can see what's happening, and I'll commentate them as they go through. So just like any other animation, she'll have that little masquerade, she'll take it off, and then Aurora will show up, and then a bunch of magic bubble appears. Now I'm going to walk through all 3 of these skill level. For skill level 4, you're going to have 3 bubbles, and in this case for skill level 5, I got 4 bubbles, but it could also be 3, it just depends on luck. And then for skill level 6, I got exactly 4 bubbles as the game promised essentially. So let me turn your attention to skill level 3, because I'll walk you through all 3 of these here individually. As you see here, the red bubble is at the very top. So in this case, I don't necessarily want to pop it right away because it's at the top and it's not as effective. So you definitely want to try to bring down that red bubble, either by clearing Tsums or using one of the other ones instead. So in this case, I decided to pop both the green one and the blue one first to drop down that red bubble. But in theory, if you just pop that green one, it probably would have been okay. But in this case, I was playing pretty fast, so I just decided to pop both of them before the red one. So I got this red one in this position now. It's not necessarily the best because it's not in the middle, but it's going to be as best as it's gonna get because it's kind of on the side. So if you pop it here, it will still yield you a good amount of coins and a decent amount of chain. Of course, it's not going to be amazing, but still not too bad. Okay, now I'm going to turn your attention to now skill level 5. It's essentially the same bubble setup here. In this case, the red bubble is already in the middle, so I definitely want to pop this immediately. It'll earn me a lot more coins. And to refresh your memory, at skill level 4, I popped it on the side, only got 19. In this case, I got 24. And then after that, I popped both the blue ones for a vertical blast, and the vertical ones actually don't matter too much, but in this case I popped the green one at the very bottom and I only got 11 chains, so that's not ideal, but there's nothing you can really do about it. Sometimes all your bubbles will just fall to the bottom. Okay, now for skill level 6, you see here the red bubble is in the center again, and usually they try to set up the bubble in the center. I feel like, I don't know if that's true or not, but as always, you want to pop the red bubble in the middle. In this case, I got a chain of 24, and then here I decided to pop the green one, which is a horizontal clear. And in this case, it probably would have been better if I cleared the 2 blue ones first, like the vertical clear, but I decided to clear the horizontal one, which isn't necessarily too bad. But as I resume here, you'll see that I only got a chain of 16. And if I were to blast the blue ones first, I probably would have got more. So I got 14 there, and because the bubble's in the way, I'm likely going to get a lower chain here. I'm going to speed up, and I got 15. And if you get lucky, you'll get back-to-back abilities just like you saw here. And that's really the objective, is to burst a bunch of these effectively and then have the back-to-back abilities active at the same time. So if you play quickly and you strategize on these bursting of the bubbles, you could chain these back-to-back and get a lot of abilities activated per game. And the more abilities you activate per game, the more coins and the higher the score is going to be. So keep that in mind when you're using Masquerade Aurora, is that you don't necessarily need to burst these bubbles right away, but you definitely want to set them up or position the bubbles in a way where they're going to be effective. You definitely don't want to wait too long, because likely your bubbles are going to fall to the very bottom, and you want to avoid that. So let's take a look at the score for all 3 of these gameplays. So at skill level 4, I was able to get 2,576 coins. For skill level 5, I got 3,255. And then finally at skill level 6, I did use a different strategy, which is like I didn't burst the bubbles right away, and I got 3,971. So I think that with some practice, you could definitely get a lot more coins and also a higher score as well. And the scores for all 3 of these is not bad. I got 8 million for skill level 4, and then for both skill level 5 and skill level 6, I got into the 10 millions. And likely, probably one of my supporting Tsums weren't at level 50, therefore skill level 6 wasn't as high. But I bet if I played it a little bit more for skill level 6, the score will definitely be a lot higher. And keep in mind, these game demonstration, Masquerade Aurora isn't necessarily at that high of a level yet, so if you get her to skill level 50, you could definitely get a higher score. Let's also take a quick look at how I perform for all 6 of the skill levels. At skill level 1 through skill level 3, it's not that great, but I do want to turn your attention to skill level 3 and skill level 4. If you guys watched my previous video on the lower skill level, I mentioned that for my skill level 3 gameplay, I think I got lucky in that gameplay, because I got a lot of red bubbles and also got a lot of 3 bubbles. So meaning like more bubbles, and also the red bubble will earn me a lot more coins. So I think that realistically, you probably need to get Masquerade Aurora to skill level 4 before you even want to use the 5-4 and the coin boost. Because when you are using the 5-4 and the coin boost, you are spending roughly 2,800 coins just right off the bat. And right now, these gameplays, there are no coin boosts. Just to give you an idea of how many coins you're going to earn just playing with the 5-4 on. So not necessarily that great if you are using her at skill level 3, but you could get lucky like I did there and it could be effective. But I had a lot of trouble trying to beat my score playing at skill level 4. So I don't really think that the skill level 3 score is really representative of what an average gameplay would be. I think I just got really lucky there. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this video for Masquerade Aurora. I hope that you guys found this video helpful and at least entertaining. And if you guys would like to support this channel or would like to see more Tsum Tsum content, please consider subscribing. And as always, thank you so much for watching.